Hey, I am Kitty. Lovely to meet you guys. I'm here with EMP today, and I'm stoked to speak to you guys about everything you have coming up.
Cool.
So you're in the middle of tour right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
The beginning of tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had 2 shows, Bristol and Manchester.
Which was better?
Ooh.
They were both great. The first shows always were kind of working out the technical bugs, but we had a few little issues on the first night, but nothing big, and
normal stuff.
it came off great.
Manchester's usually like amazing shows.
Yeah.
I love that.
Great
love
crowd.
That place.
I go up to Leeds and Manchester quite often just to hit shows because it's just a better vibe up there.
Yeah.
People go wild.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
they did.
I was so in my head though. I was the one with the technical difficulties.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to enjoy the
experience.
Yeah.
Well, it's done now.
But yeah, no, they're historically it's been great there for us.
And what's it like? You guys have been touring for years, right? So does it still feel just as exciting as it used to be, or is it more like an oiled machine now? You just get on with it?
It's kind of the same mentality we've always had. I don't know about Stevie's process, but I always kind of visualize like the audience, and I want to make sure that we take into consideration that the people that are there, they may have worked their whole month around going to the show or whatever, and it means a lot to us, honestly. And so we think about that every time we go on stage. We get together as a band and do a prayer together and talk about our gratitude, and then we go up there and do it. And
that's a really cool way to start.
yeah, and it doesn't really matter like where we're playing, if it's small or big or whatever.
You're aware that everybody in that audience is there to see you, and that's something to be grateful for.
Yes.
Yeah, I call those
cool.
God moments where, and I'm still grateful. I love what we do. It's harder now because we're older. We have families that are back home.
Of course, yeah.
But I still in big crowds or even a small house that's packed and they're just feeling it. You can look out and see somebody that just grew up with the music and just singing at the top of their lungs, and that makes it all worth it.
For sure. It's that thing of when you first start out, you just can't believe you're doing this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the most exciting thing. Whereas I suppose years on down the line, it's like, I can't believe this is still happening. It must be such an incredible feeling.
That's exactly it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I wanted to talk to you about something completely different. So I'm actually a fashion stylist as well as a presenter.
Cool.
And I noticed in one of your more recent videos a few things. So for you, I always notice it's hats or bandanas. That's like your style, right?
Right.
And then for you, it seems to be more accessories. So you had like this awesome tiger belt. I've seen some really cool jewelry, like fur jackets.
Yes.
Is fashion important? Like, do you go out and think about it, or do you just do it? Is it like something that you're right? This is my branding.
Fun, and like no one ever takes this angle. But yeah, it's all part of the fun of being in a rock band.
Of course, yeah.
I don't think it's something is planned out. It's just something that we're more comfortable in. You know what I mean? I think that we come up from a generation that looks different than their tax.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of bands lately don't.
But
whatever. To each his own. But yeah.
Do you think about like, is hats your thing, or is this just something like, do you collect heads?
What? I must admit, I've got a closet full of hats that I wear, and a lot of them I don't. It's just like you're on the road, and we at one time there was. That we would just go to cities and buy a bunch of stuff that we didn't wear. We have boxes, and then plus people are giving you stuff.
Of course.
When they know you like hats, hey, would you like to try this one?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I remember coming home with finding 7 boxes of boots from Canada that I never wore. But yeah, hats are cool.
Stevie can look good, and he's really stylish. He can put anything together and look good, and I hate him for that. But like, I just pick stuff that I feel like I can own. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't feel right, I don't want to go out there and feel uncomfortable for an hour and 15 minutes, So, I'm glad you like it.
I do, yeah.
You know what the easiest thing is now that I'm older is just have a good pair of jeans, a good leather jacket and boots, and t-shirts.
Yeah,
what I mean?
Simple life.
It's easy.
That's like I always say to people, because I don't know, so I have a lot of friends that are models as well as people that are musicians, and so they have to go to castings, and I'm like, just wear a white t-shirt, a cool leather jacket, and some cool skinny jeans, like everybody looks good in it.
Perfect.
That's like the epitome of rock star in my head, just simple, simplistic.
Right.
But what I was going to say with what you guys do, it's really cool because there's quite a lot of feminine stuff that you wear, but you make it really masculine. That's something that I noticed, which is, for me, something that's really cool. I love unisex fashion.
Yeah, that's important, you know, like, those are always my favorite frontmen, you know, like the guys that were intimidating, they were masculine, but they had that other side, you know, where the girls got into them too, you know. I didn't like guys that were too on the feminine side, you know. It just wasn't good for me.
I think, you know, like frontmen, you know, like that era of the Stones, the 70s era.
Yeah, so cool.
Even, you know, Prince was a little on the more feminine side, but like guys like Bowie or...
Yeah, but he's in a whole different league.
Yeah, they're over here. But yeah.
They inspired somewhat of your choices fashionably.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's cool. I wanted to ask quite a specific question. Well, so with Bent, one of your new singles, firstly, you guys are really good at writing very catchy lyrics, like super catchy songs. Like you always have been, or you are, riffs are obviously important too. Firstly, how on earth do you go about, because I know a long time ago I attempted to be a musician, was crap at it. It's really hard to write good hooks. How do you do that? And then I want to ask you a bit more about the lyrics of that song in a sec, if that's okay.
I'll tell you how you get good at it. You got to write a lot of bad hooks.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's just, well, you know, writing always came, I always had a knack for it. You know, I was writing before I got in a band, just, you know, poetry or whatever. And, you know, I would do creative writing, and I just loved to get stuff out of my head that was going on. And then when I went to my first rehearsal, garage rehearsal at 16 or 15, I don't know how old I was, but I just remember like getting on the ground, like, let's write an original song. And I was just started like kind of getting everybody to play riffs, and that was like the most interesting thing for me. I wasn't a singer at that point. I hadn't developed my voice yet, but the writing came first, and then the voice, you know. So like Stevie and I, we like to always be working at songwriting muscle, you know, writing and rewriting and always doing what's best for the song. And that's it. You have to just be relentless, you know, and not stop and not give up, and eventually you'll get a good song.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So the lyrics as well, they're really relatable to Ben. I feel like anybody could relate to them. They can kind of take it in their own way.
Yes.
I saw it as being very much about being inside your head, like mental health potentially, which is a really important subject right now. Am I right, or is that my own interpretation?
You're totally right, and we were going through a lot, like Stevie said, professionally and personally, and that always makes for good songwriting, you know, and that's the real challenge as a songwriter, writing lyrics that, you know, are personal to you, but that a large group of people can relate to. You know, that's when I think you have a good song, you know, and thank you for that. You know, that's what we felt when we heard Bent. You know, you could feel the passion and that it was going to connect with somebody, and it was hopefully a first time listen.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure. I feel like kids, 16-year-olds can relate to it as much as oldies like me.
Yeah, sure.
You know?
Yes.
I think it's, what were you going to say?
Oh, no. You don't look old.
People
like
keep saying this today. Someone just said I look 21. I'm going to take it.
There you go.
You do look 21.
Thanks.
There
Add
you
10
go.
years to that, so I'll take it.
Still a baby.
But yeah, that's like, I haven't heard the whole album yet. I'm about to go and listen to it though. I'm very excited to. That song has hooked me already, so
cool.
Ready to see you guys play live, ready to listen to the rest of the lyrics, hoping that they all hit me in that respect, and yeah, excited to see what outfits you put out the bag.
Now I'm under the gun. You gotta go shopping today.
Well, you know, I'm always about that life, so if you need some help.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Cool. Lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a nice rest of your day.
For sure.
All right.